What's going on, everybody? Just kind of wanted to do a boom guide here for India. Um, India's a unique civ. It's one of the Asian civs that came out with the Asian Dynasties expansion back with Legacy Age of Empires 3. It's had a lot of tweaks in DE, but for the most part,
Adesh?
things are kind of the same. A lot of unique units and unique boom to how you do India. You have elephants, which are really good. A lot of unique um, elephant units. You also have camels as well. Kind of speaking of, there's kind of two schools of thought. A lot of the people think and the camels are bad. They don't like to play with them. They also require 2 cards for you to boost their full stats. Um, I don't think they're as bad as everybody says. The problem that you run into is if you're not playing with them is that yes, you have very strong elephant units. So you have like the Mahout, which is a lancer, really high HP, really high attack, but it's also a lot of pop. I think it's 5 pop, 4 or 5 pop after you send the population card. You have Howdah. It's a goon basically, but elephant, really high HP, really high attack, but again, very high population. So that's the problem you can kind of run into with India if you're not playing with camels. I suggest if you're new, you take the camel cards, play with camels. I think it's a little bit more manageable with this civ to play with camels. Um, India kind of has a slower train time as well on their units. They did get a rework a little while back that increased their build time, but it's still not as fast as other civs. Does have battlefield construction, which is nice. Allows your Sepoy, like Janissaries for Ottomans, you can build and run and cause a bunch of chaos. So that does help. Um, so this is a fur trading civ, so kind of similar to French. We're gonna, late in the game, we're gonna be all on food, and we're going to trade at usually around the 4 or 5 minute mark. So your villagers cost wood to train. So to start, we're going to collect all these wood crates that are here. We're going to build a house, and then we're going to start training villagers. We're going to keep 6 villagers on wood so that we can continue to pop out villagers, and then the villagers that train are going to go on hunts. Um, there's a unique age up as well that requires villagers. I'll explain that once we get to it. So let's go.
हाँ लकड़हारा आदेश लकड़हारा हाँ लकड़हारा hello
More food to feed my people.
The heroes have ability to stun treasure guardians.
Adesh? Hamla.
आदेश मैं करूँगी सही मकान बनाने वाला
Adesh? Adesh? Sai. Tayyar. Hamla. Adesh? मैं कर हमला
तैयार हाँ मैं जा रही शिकारी
आदेश तैयार मैं करूँगा
Do the standard deck. Actually, I'll do camels just to go through those units.
hello हाँ शिकारी hello
Build a market as well.
मकान बनाने शिकारी
आदेश तैयार हम साई हम मैं करूँगा
Send a wood chopping card.
हाँ शिकारी तैयार हाँ
हेलो मैं करूं शिकार है
आदेश तैयार साई मैं करूंगा
Go ahead and get this hunt. Attack at the market.
आदेश
यार शिकार है
Once we get to 800 food here, I'm going to explain how
तैयार
this age up
हाँ
works.
साई हमला मैं करूंगा
हेलो शिकारी
Alright, so we have enough food to age up to age 1. So
आदेश
to age up with any of the Asian civilizations, you have to build a wonder. So each civilization has a unique wonder set. So India, generally, what you're not going to use the fort. It's going to be Karni Mata, which is a wonder that provides an aura and boosts all the villagers' gather rates that are within the radius. Tower of Victory, which gives you wood so that you can build your town centers, and then later in the battle, it also provides you with a unique ability to temporarily increase attack hit points and speed to all units. Charminar Gate would be next. That provides a unique unit that a Mansabar unit that you can train and put with your regular units that boost all of them. And then last but not least, the Taj Mahal, so that we can get the coin for our upgrades. Each one of these, whatever you're getting with each age up, this scales each age. So that's kind of the reason why you want to do it in that order. So we're going to use 7 villagers to build this wonder. You always want to use 7. That's the max amount. That makes it build and age up that much faster. So we're going to build the Karni Mata, and then we're going to start microing to get to age 3.
मकान
You
बनाने
kind of want to do this in a location that makes sense.
शिकारी
What's the other wood chopping card? Because you're going to be building eco buildings or rice paddies around it.
आदेश तैयार
आदेश मकान बनाने वाला शिकारी
हाँ आदेश हाँ हमला हमला मैं करूंगा
तैयार मैं करने जा रही हूँ सही मैं जा हाँ
हाँ सही हाँ मैं जा रहा कमाने वाला आदेश सही मैं
Like
करूं मैं
these
कमाने
resource
वाला
crates that we got from the age up. Build a house.
मकान बन शिकारी
तैयार हाँ साई हाँ
We're gonna start getting these market upgrades.
यार लगातार हाँ
Put
लगातार
2 more on
आदेश
wood
हाँ
temporarily so we can get all these upgrades in and continue to
साई हाँ
train villagers.
आदेश साई हमला मैं करूँगा
आदेश मैं जा रही हाँ शिकारी
Another unique ability with India is you get a villager with each card that you send. Next we're going to send this wood trickle card. So India has 2 wood trickle cards that you can get, one in H1, one in H2. If you're only taking one, you want to take this one because it's a higher rate.
तैयार हाँ आदेश हाँ
हेलो आदेश लकड़हारा हाँ तैयार लकड़हारा हेलो कमाने वाला
Getting close on food.
Hello.
Another unique building that India has is the, like other Asian civs, it has a consulate.
बनाने वाला शिकारी
In the consulate, you can choose different allies that provide different techs.
हाँ तैयार साई आदेश हाँ तैयार हमला 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 मैं कर हाँ हाँ तैयार हमला 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 साई
आदेश हेलो
हाँ.
हाँ
Hello.
आदेश
हाँ.
We're going to age up with Tower of Victory next. Go ahead. I'll explain that after it start to age
Hello.
up.
हाँ. मकान बनाने वाला मैं करूँ शिकारी.
Alright, so we want to max out the villagers in queue here, and then we're going to go to Ottomans first. And that's going to give us a couple villagers. Over their house here.
मकान बनाने वाला मकान बना कमाने वाला
Let's market upgrades. So you can see here, once we get 300 export, we can send the 4 villagers. We're going to send this cheaper building card.
हाँ आदेश मैं
We're
करूँगा
going to get ready.
हाँ
हाँ आदेश तैयार
Go a
लकड़हारा
little bit heavier on wood here so I can build town centers.
हाँ
Because of this card here, our town centers will be a little bit cheaper.
आदेश मैं करूँगा
आदेश
Hello. सही.
हाँ
Collect the wood at the town center.
यार मैं करूँ सही. कमाने वाला.
हाँ आदेश
Hello. मैं करूँ हाँ.
हाँ तैयार हाँ मैं करूँगा
तैयार कमाने वाला
Hello. हाँ शिकारी.
Send our villager shipment, and then we're going to end relations with Ottomans.
हाँ आदेश
आदेश. हाँ शिकारी शिकारी.
आदेश लकड़हा सही शिकारी हेलो हाँ शिकारी तैयार शिकारी
Hello. सही शिकारी. आदेश.
हेलो तैयार आदेश शिकारी हाँ शिकारी तैयार सही शिकारी आदेश लकड़हारा हाँ आदेश
यार कमाने वाला.
तैयार हाँ मैं मैं करूँ हाँ
हेलो
We're just kind of
मैं जा
microing
रही हूँ।
here to
तैयार।
get to
आदेश सही
आदेश
Industrial Age. Once we've ended our relations with Ottomans, we would immediately want to go to Portugal. So, nice thing about Portugal is it reduces your building cost, and that also applies to wonders. So it makes your wonders cost or your age ups cost less food. So we're going to go with that.
हाँ मैं करूँ शिकारी
हाँ
We're going to
या
use
तैयार
7 villagers to
आगे
age
लो
up. We're going to age up with the Charminar Gate. As soon as we go, you see here it costs 1,700 food
मकान मकान बन शिकारी
because we're aligned with Portugal now.
तैयार हाँ हमला साई
So Charminar Gate, I'll explain a little bit later in the game, but it's a unique wonder that provides your units with a
तैयार
unique ability.
शिकारी शिकारी
आदेश
आदेश मैं करूँगा
हाँ शिकारी
Technically for Imperial Age, now that we're aligned with Portugal, we only need 3,400 food for Imperial Age. Get these remaining upgrades at the market.
आदेश मकान बन शिकारी
I also get 2 Mahouts with that upgrade, or that age up, which is nice for treasures and exploring.
हाँ मकान मकान बना लकड़हारा
यार शिकारी
हेलो शिकारी आदेश सही हेलो मैं करूँ शिकारी
So there's a shipment here that allows you to get Gurkhas in addition to your villager. So a lot of people like to take that earlier on so that you can get Gurkhas.
हाँ आदेश साई हमला हम हाँ हमला साई हमला मैं करूँगा हाँ
आदेश शिकारी हाँ शिकारी
Let's send our mill cards next.
हेलो
तैयार
Alright, so we
आदेश
have enough food
कमाने वाला
fully on coin.
हाँ मैं जमाने वाला
हाँ
This is the consulate. It provides the Gurkha, by the way. So actually, I need to explain that a little bit better.
हेलो मकान बनाने वाला मकान मकान लकड़हारा तैयार
यार
आदेश
आदेश लकड़हारा
तैयार लकड़हारा लकड़हारा
यार कमाने वाला लकड़हारा
So the new villagers popping out, start chopping.
हेलो मकान बनाने वाला
हेलो
Last, we're going to age up with the Taj Mahal. We want to protect it, but we also kind of want it out of the way.
तैयार हाँ लकड़हारा हेलो लकड़हारा तैयार
हेलो
लकड़हारा
आदेश लकादारा
हेलो शिकारी
हेलो
हाँ तैयार आदेश कमाने वाला लकड़हारा
Since we're going to get
तैयार
a coin age up,
लकड़हारा
or coin with our age up, we don't want to overgather on coin.
आदेश मकान बनाने मकान लकड़हारा
आदेश लकादारा
हाँ आदेश
Put
हाँ
villagers on that coin, and then we want to go ahead and get our mills
मकान
built.
बनाने वाला मकान
And we want to kind of do them
मकान बनाने
as
वाला
quickly as possible,
आदेश
at least get the blueprints down, because that
मकान बनाने वाला
Portugal,
मकान बनाने वाला
probably too far, that Portugal tech is making them cheaper.
मकान बनाने वाला
Build 9.
मकान बनाने वाला
Our sacred fields,
मकान बनाने वाला मकान बनाने
slurry. And then now we're gonna get that market upgrade, and then we're gonna break away from Portugal, send our 2 mill cards. Less 2 because we're gonna get 2 villagers from the shipments. Start getting our mill upgrades. And you want to make sure you build all your economic buildings within this radius.
तैयार हाँ हम साई
हेलो मैं करूँगी लकड़हारा
Well, now we want to go to France because that gives us a 5% boost to our eco.
तैयार आदेश लकड़हारा हाँ मैं करूँगी
Alright, well, hold on. Let's send him any more cards right now.
हाँ यार लकादारा हाँ लकादारा
Alright, get our final mill upgrade, and then we're going to start
Hello.
putting villagers on
हेलो
wood.
किसान या
Or
किसान,
food, I mean.
तैयार किसान
या किसान हाँ किसान हेलो किसान
I usually leave about 15 chopping.
किसान
हाँ किसान आदेश हाँ किसान
हाँ हेलो हाँ किसान
Say 15, I mean about 13.
या हेलो
तैयार हाँ हाँ तैयार किसान हल तैयार किसान आदेश किसान तैयार मैं करूँ किसान
Alright, so our sacred fields allow you to train cows, and as a bonus, they generate XP.
किसान
Livestock
Hello.
as a whole, just any livestock that you collect as India, boosts your XP so that you get shipments faster.
किसान लकड़हारा
हाँ लकादारा
So you want to train the cows and get them out, and then if you have an ally, you know, you can have them send you sheep, you send them food, and that just helps you get your shipments out that much faster. If you're on a map that has livestock, it's beneficial for you to get the livestock because again, you get XP from all livestock.
हाँ लकड़हारा
हेलो
आदेश
Just
आदेश
want to strategically chop a little bit. Just trees out of the way.
लकड़हारा
आदेश
तैयार आदेश लकड़हारा
All right, and then I'm gonna send the Sepoy card. So this boosts your train time, but then also makes it so that all your future shipments you get a Sepoy. And then next I'm gonna send battlefield construction. So your Sepoys can build military buildings. So all you need a villager to build is your walls.
आदेश मैं जा रहा हूँ.
And in the consulate with France, you can send some resource crates. No reason not to.
हाँ
तैयार किसान मकान बनाने वाला 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 मकान बनाने हाँ मकान बनाने वाला हेलो हाँ
मकान बनाने वाला
तैयार मैं जा रहा हूँ.
Those are Gurkhas we got from the resource crates that we sent. Any after we send the Gurkha card, any consulate tech that we get a free Gurkha.
तैयार.
I'm gonna go ahead and start building with the Sepoy. And then this map specifically, Tupi is the ally that we could get. So normally you would want to build that before you build out all your eco because there's a tech here that makes your buildings 10% cheaper. It's also a trade route here, but just for the purposes of this boom, just showing how it would be, assuming we didn't have any of that.
मैं जा रहा हूँ.
Go ahead and send our couple cards here. So we're going to prioritize sending the professional handlers card that reduces elephant population by 2, so definitely want to get that out. And then we want to send our train times.
हेलो मकान बनाने वाला मकान बनाने वाला मकान बनाने वाला मकान
Collect those resource crates from the French embassy,
आदेश
or the
लकड़हारा
French ally.
हेलो मकान बनाने वाला हेलो लकादारा लकादारा
किसान मकान बनाने वाला मकान बनाने वाला किसान
Kind of want to be smart how you lay out your walls around the
बनाने वाला
Charminar Gate, just because you're going to be training units from it. You don't want to get stuck.
हाँ आदेश मैं करूंगा
Alright, so we get a little bit of extra resources from
यार मैं जा रहा हूँ हेलो किसान
from the consulate when we were with French, so that can help us get some of our upgrades in. You don't want to forget your upgrades here in the monastery, so allows your explorers to train white tigers, increases the amount of healing your monks can do, your explorers, your cavalry build time and siege elephant build time. Definitely want to get that. And then the guardian attack crushing force, so that increases your it's a guardian attack, but I mean elephant hand attack. So you definitely want to make sure you get that as well. Send our cavalry train time.
हाँ
तैयार मकान बनाने वाला
हेलो लकादारा
आदेश लकड़हारा
Now we have enough coin to get that. Let's do that so we don't forget. Alright, so in the Charminar Gate, that wonder that we built, you can train one of each unit here. So any of your military units, you can train one unit from here, and these are a little bit costlier than the regular unit. And what they do is they boost
हाँ
your
करूंगा तैयार हाँ
existing units. So
आदेश
just as an
मैं
example, if
करूंगा
we were to train a Sepoy, you can see their stats without the Mansadar unit. And then once we train the Mansadar Sepoy, you'll see that it provides an aura boost to our Sepoy. So you see the hit points increase
तैयार हाँ मैं हाँ
and our attack increases.
मैं करूंगा
So very important we keep these out. So any units that we're playing with, we want to always have that out. So we're going to have a Gurkha in our start fight. We're going to have a Mahout in our start fight. So I want to go ahead and get those out. And you can see the units from here are very expensive.
आदेश
But if you also look at their
हाँ हाँ मैं जा रहा हूँ
hit points, are a lot higher. The other thing too is, so you want to protect these units, but you want to keep them out. So it's can be a little bit difficult. It's kind of what I like to do is put it in stand ground and then stick it towards the back.
तैयार
Same thing with the Gurkha,
हाँ
kind of put it in the back.
तैयार आदेश
And you can see this range here, that's what units are boosting.
मैं करूंगा मैं करूंगा मैं हाँ
So that is where you plan to die.
मैं करूंगा हाँ
You can see
लकड़हारा
तैयार हाँ
without the Mansadar Gurkha, and then obviously these units aren't Imperial yet.
तैयार मकान बनाने वाला
हाँ मकान बनाने वाला
And then for train time, so one, make sure you remember to save a card. And then India, you have a lot to do, a lot of upgrades to do. You have to get units out from the consulate, so you don't want to be super greedy with a late trade here. So I suggest at the 5 minute mark, until you get comfortable. You know, you can probably pull off 4 minutes, but probably don't really want to go much faster or much past that.
हाँ मकान बनाने वाला
आदेश
Build that building.
मैं जा रहा हूँ
Again, normally during the boom, I would want to build here. I'd want to get those
आदेश
techs and those units out, but just for this guide, I'm not doing that.
तैयार मकान बनाने वाला
यार मकान बनाने वाला
So I like to get the second, or the monk card out, so that for my start fight I can have 20 tigers. And this also boosts the monks as well.
तैयार हाँ मैं हाँ
Tigers are
हाँ
underappreciated,
आदेश
are a really good unit.
तैयार मैं करूँगा
Just be careful about keeping this area open because you want your units that you train from here to be able to get out.
तैयार
आदेश हेलो मकान बना मैं करूँ मकान बनाने वाला किसान
Alright, so we're going to send our card here at about 4:30. So some people like to put 100 villagers on, or all their villagers on food. You can do that and get a little bit higher of a trade. I personally don't like to do that. I like to not be pressed for wood at the start fight, and especially if I want to run and then be able to build a bunch of buildings. So I don't do that. Some people do. No problem if you do. But I want to have plenty of wood at the start to get upgrades and so I can build buildings. So I'll go ahead and send fur trade. And then as soon as that arrives, we want to immediately start doing upgrades and getting our start fight out.
मैं जा रहा हूँ
Additionally, we're going to overpop with the consulate, so we get, most people go with French Brigade that gives you a bunch of gendarmes on your start fight. That Shadow Tech, they're Imperial, so they're really strong, really good for your start fight. Alright, so we're going to start getting our upgrades here. And just, I'm going to upgrade camels just to kind of show them. Build another castle again. Try one more house.
आदेश
and we want to train up to 199, and then we're going to send the gendarme over pop. And then we're going to end our relations with French. And then depending on, you know, what your strategy is, depends on what card you want to send. This reduces your costs a little bit. If you're playing in a team game, you might want to send the tactics card that's 5% for all units. And then, or if you want to boost your elephants a little bit, you know, this kind of depends. I personally like to send that.
आदेश हाँ तैयार हाँ तैयार मैं जा रहा हूँ
And then your native tech for upgrading your natives is here at the town center, since you don't have a capital.
आदेश हाँ साई तैयार
Train our tigers.
तैयार हाँ मैं जा रहा हूँ तैयार आदेश मैं करूँगा तैयार हाँ आदेश मैं जा रहा हूँ मैं करूँगा मैं करूँगा मैं जा रहा हूँ तैयार हाँ आदेश मैं करूँगा
हाँ
आदेश
हेलो हाँ मैं करूँगा मैं जा रहा हूँ मैं करूँगा आदेश मैं जा रहा हूँ हेलो
oui très bien तैयार आदेश हाँ आदेश मैं जा रहा हूँ votre ordre आदेश हाँ मैं जा रहा हूँ हाँ मैं जा रहा हूँ हाँ तैयार आदेश तैयार तैयार आदेश हाँ आदेश मैं करूँगा आदेश हाँ मैं करूँगा हाँ मैं जा रहा हूँ आदेश मैं हाँ मैं
Keep this guy back.
हाँ आदेश तैयार आदेश
तैयार हाँ
आदेश
तैयार हाँ मैं सही हाँ हेलो मैं करूँगा
हाँ मैं जा रहा हूँ हाँ हाँ हाँ
आदेश
Bring our forward villagers.
मैं करूँगा मैं हाँ सही
So we can build walls. That's really all we need them for, because our
तैयार मैं जा रहा हूँ
je le ferai आदेश तैयार मैं जा रहा हूँ हाँ
हेलो हाँ
तैयार
तैयार
lost my Mansabar Sip boy. Oh, there he is.
आदेश हाँ मैं करूँगा
Keep him to stand ground and put him towards the back so we can protect him.
आदेश हाँ मैं जा रहा हूँ
हाँ मैं जा रही हूँ कमाने वाला
And then we would keep some Sipoi in the back so that we could build our buildings.
मैं जा रहा हूँ हाँ मैं करूँगा आदेश हाँ हाँ
Alright, and then usually you're shooting for 230. I could have probably, well, there's an upgrade queued as well, so I'm right there at it. So just want to kind of explain a couple things. So India doesn't have a lot of artillery, so you can access some cannons from the consulate. Oh, I forgot to mention as well. So we want to, as soon as we're done with the French, we want to go to British, because that boosts all units by 5%. So as I was saying, you don't really have a lot of artillery access. You have siege elephants, which is a culverin kind of mortar all-in-one. They move very quickly, so it's easy to kite with them, but they're still not as good as regular cannons, and you certainly don't want to use them versus infantry. You can access some units here. You know, different civs give you different cannons. So like French, you can get horse artillery. British, you can get falconets. Ottomans, you can get great bombards. But it's very slow to ship, and then each one of these has a population attached to it. So like this sends you, you know, 3 falconets and 7 lifeguards, but then it also takes up 27 pop while you're waiting on that to pop out. And if you don't have the Good Faith Agreements card, H1 card, it's even slower. So that can be a challenge with India. So you kind of have to micromanage the siege elephants. You do get rockets as an unlimited shipment, and the rockets Shattertech to Imperial Age. They cost 1,000 food, but that's not a problem for your eco. But they're pretty good. But you also have to keep up with the shipment point, especially if you're running, build a castle, have it shipped to there. Um, I just want to run through some of the other units. So you have your Mahalt Lancers here, which as you can see, fully boosted. They are really, really tanky. Okay, it's a lot of HP, but they are 6 pop, and that's after you've sent the tech that reduces their population cost. So, they're good, but this can be a challenge, keeping a bunch of elephants out, you can easily tie up your population. This is 6 each, so it's very easy to kind of over spam these, and then like you don't have enough units, so you kind of have to be strategic. So just want to run through a couple other units here. So I'm gonna enter some cheats here to kind of explain some things, just to show you what the other units look like. Also, so don't forget, from your 2 wonders, from the Tower of Victory and the Taj Mahal, you have 2 abilities. So Inspiration, that boosts all of your units temporarily. So it boosts the speed, attack, and HP, and then it cools down. So you want to kind of remember as that's, recharged, you want to make sure that you're hitting that during the fight. And then there's also Ceasefire. So Ceasefire is a ability in the game that causes all units to stop attacking. So this can be very useful, like if you say you're at your enemy's walls and you just knock down the last ones and they have a bunch of units there, you can ceasefire and walk right in, and start building, or like get around the factory, whatever you're doing. So now no unit's going to attack until that ability ends for 20 seconds. And then the inspiration ability, really easy to do it, with the icons here. So I'm going to send a couple cards just to kind of show, what everything looks like fully carded. And then I'm going to delete units here, so we have our Mahalts here. So crazy. All right. So we have our Mahalt Lancer here, which is our it's a Lancer unit, so really just tanky unit, and then it's boosted by the Mansavar unit, and then it just has a 2x bonus versus all infantry. So really, really good unit. Zambaraks. I'm sorry, let's compare Saurs first. So this is the equivalent Camel unit. As you can see, this is a 2-pop unit versus a 6-pop unit. These do a decent amount of attack, 57, and then a 2.5 bonus versus infantry. So I don't think they're as bad as everybody says. I think it can be very difficult to play with elephants, if you're, depending on what your matchup is. Mahal or Howdas, so this is your goon unit. So again, 5 population. So really high attack, 135, and then it has bonus versus heavy cavalry. So can absolutely mow down heavy cavalry, but it's a 5-pop unit. Whereas your Zambarak, lower attack, but still high bonus, and then they're a lot cheaper, and then they're 1 pop. So they're not as bad as everybody says. So I suggest giving them a try. want to explain to here at the castle as well. So you have fell elephants and you have your siege elephants. So fell elephants really are good at sieging. So think of them like an operanik for Russians. They're kind of annoying. You can pop them out. Run with Sepoy, build a castle, behind your enemy's base, pop these out, and immediately start sieging down buildings. Your siege elephants, that's your mortar and your culverin. So they're kind of both in the one. So that they can shoot infantry, but they don't do a lot of damage. So, but as you can see, they move a lot faster than mortars, and they don't have an unpack the same way that regular artillery does. So it's very easy to kite with these. Kind of walk up, hit a culverin, then run back. Run up, hit a building, and then go back. And then they're much higher HP. But again, 5 pop. Every unit here has a Mansadar unit. So depending on, what your you don't need to have a Mansadar unit, if you have 2 siege elephants out. But if you're trying to do a really aggressive push and you want to boost your siege elephants attack and HP, you want to train one. Same thing with the Howdas. It's probably not often that you're going to do a Mansavar flail elephant, but the Mansavar from the Charminar Gate is very important. Your unlimited shipments, you're going to have plenty of wood late game, and then you're going to start getting in your rockets, which is very handy, especially if you're fighting heads up. So your musketeer unit, your sepoy, your heavy infantry unit, and then your Gurkha, your skirmisher. You're not typically going to use the Rajput. It's kind of like a weak halberdier, a little bit strong pike. Your sepoys and melee do plenty of damage. So there's your rockets. Your unlimited shipment. So in a nutshell, that's India. Hope this guide was helpful. It's a really fun civ to play. We'll kind of want you learn the boom and learn the different units that you're working with. Just if people say camels are shit, but really 1000 HP and then 57 times 2.5 versus infantry. That's pretty good. So play with camels at the start. Take the 2 cards. And then, once you get used to it, if you don't want to use camels and just rely on elephants, then go for it. So anyway, hope this guide was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and see you around.